it's yourself holding you back. Once you get out of your way, once you learn how to do that, man, everything just flows. You know what I mean? Stop with that scarcity mindset, get in that abundant mindset of like, whatever you want, it's yours already. It's just up to you now to take the steps to get there, right? And
Yes.
once you do that, man, you're good.
Yo, what's up, everyone? Today I have an awesome interview with my client, Richard. Now, before Richard joined the coaching program, he was already doing $8,000 to $10,000 a month with his online coaching business. And Richard will be the first person to tell you that he busted his ass in order for him to get to $8,000 to $10,000 a month. However, Richard wanted a little bit more out of his business. He realized with him working so much, he wanted to spend more time with his kids and more time with his wife without spending more time in the business. And he realized in order for him to scale his business to even more, it's not going to be a result of working harder. It had to be a result of building better systems in the business. And if you're not familiar with the word system means in general, it means saving yourself time, energy, and money. Richard's big goal was to scale his business to $20,000 a month without spending so much time in his business so that he could spend more time with his kids and his wife. And we did just that in 90 days. So I just want to be sure you all heard me correctly. Before Richard joined the coaching program, he was making $8,000 to $10,000. And then after the coaching program, within 90 days, he scaled his business to $20,000 a month every single month. He literally doubled his income in just 90 days in the coaching program. If you're already doing well right now, you want to take your business to the next level, James Clear said it best in his book, Atomic Habits. You don't rise to the level of your goals, you fall to the levels of your systems. And you need systems in your business in order for you to scale to whatever number you want to scale to, all right? But systems is going to help you have more freedom in your life. I don't want to spoil this interview. This interview is awesome. Please stay all the way to the end. And if you get any value from this video and you need help with your business and scaling to $10,000 a month or $20,000 a month, $30,000, it doesn't matter the number. Reach out, get some help. I'll leave a link in the description so that you can book a free 45-minute strategy call with us.
What was the turning point or breaking point rather for you that made you want to get coaching?
Yeah, I'm a big believer that, there's always people out there, and if they have what you want, you have to go out and ask for help. I was doing okay, I was getting by, but I knew that there was so much more there. There was so much potential, and I just didn't know how to really tap into it. I didn't have the knowledge, I would say. So, looking at you, seeing how you run your program and stuff like that, I'm like, I gotta reach out and ask for help. And that's one thing with you could be successful in other areas, but everybody needs a coach. That's what I tell people. Professional athletes, they have a coach, they have a mentor. It doesn't matter if they're professional or not, you always need somebody there to actually see from the outside in. That was my thing too. It's like, what am I doing that I can improve on? I'm cool, I'm happy, but I know there's so much more. So let me reach out to a coach and see what he sees and gain that knowledge. And that's what led me to you.
What was one thing that you were specifically looking to accomplish with being in the coaching program? Because you already had a platform, you already had a niche, you already had a business, but what were you actually reaching for? Was there anything specific?
Obviously, just providing more income for myself and my family, right? Making more money. Not for a selfish reason, but I wanted to reinvest that back into my program, right?
Yeah.
So my thoughts were like, if I could make more money, I could reinvest that back into the program, which means I could become a better coach, provide a better service, and just be more of an asset, more valuable to those people around me, right? So that's what I was really going after, was like, man, how could I make my program the best program out there?
Yes.
Like, how could I really serve and get that value to give it away, to become that person? And so that was like my main motivator, was like, my main thing is like, if I do something, I'm going to try to be the best at it. You know what I
Yes.
mean? And I was doing that back before when I was struggling, like me drinking all the time. I'm going to try to get the drunkest at the party. You know what I mean? So now
Facts.
just learn to like over here, like, I'm going to be the best coach now. I'm going to help the most people now. And so that was my main thing. It was like, man, I just want to go full on with this and see like what am I missing? Because there's levels to this game, and I had to get with somebody that was up, a couple levels from me. So yeah, that
Yeah.
was my main priority, was just like, man, try to figure this out so I could, give more back.
Yeah, yeah. And now that you're on the other side, in retrospect, what was what were some things that you were missing now that you can look back at your previous system compared to where you're at right now?
I was missing like basically like the back end stuff, right? Like I thought starting an online business was about, providing nutritional advice, providing the training, but there's so much more to it, right? It's like marketing yourself, running the back end of the business, the numbers, the KPIs we went over the other day, right? It's like I had no idea about that stuff. So just keeping track of everything, having a system in place to make sure you're on track with your company, to make sure it's going in the right direction, and that way you're not, staying stagnant or just not seeing the results you're really there for, right? So I was missing that part of it, like what do I talk to people about when we join a phone call, like what do we say, what's the right approach, even from like how much should I be charging, right? Like am I
Yeah.
cutting myself short or should I be cutting back a little bit? So it's really all that stuff that you don't think about when you first start. It's not just about providing the macros and the training and all that stuff. There's so much more that goes into it, and that's why you need a coach.
Yeah, yeah, because most trainers, they think online business, oh, all I have to do is provide a nutrition plan, provide a bomb ass workout, and that's it, right?
Right.
No, that's not
Yeah.
it. There's so much more on the back end to make sure that you're serving your clients in the best way as possible, making sure that you know exactly what questions to ask, making sure that they're on track with the program, doing what they're supposed to be doing, and just tracking everything. Just being
Yeah.
responsible for the numbers.
Right.
Speaking of numbers, last month, what did you actually end with for the month?
It was about 20K for the month.
Let's go.
Yeah. Yeah, it's awesome, man. It's awesome, being able to like do what I love, home with my family, and still bring in money, still provide for them. You know what I mean? Like just the freedom with that alone, it's worth every single penny that I've invested. You know what I mean? Like I can't even explain the feeling, honestly.
Bro, that's all. I got chills. Like just
Me
thinking about
too.
it, man.
I got chills right now, man.
That's so awesome, bro. And where were you before though? Before you started the coaching program, you had a record high of 20, or is that your record high, or did you
My
hit
record
another?
high is about, yeah, 20, a little over 20. But before I went with you, I was probably hitting around 8 to 10, 8 to 9. And those are like my good months. You know what I mean? Other months, maybe 3 to 5, 3 to 6, around there. So yeah, like having this doubling my income basically just from, I don't know, the few months that I've been with you, that right there, I've already made back my investment, right? And it's just everything, man. It's just crazy to think about.
Man, that's awesome. It really is because you're a living testimony of investing in yourself and getting high returns on your investment. You already had the business prior. You already knew who you want to serve and how you want to help people, but you were missing some small gaps, just small
Hmm.
gaps with the systems on the back end. And once you filled those gaps up, you scaled easily,
Hmm.
easily and exponentially. That's
Hmm.
awesome. So, what would you say for somebody who is right now, they may be in a very similar position as you? They may have, because you have, how many followers do you have on Instagram?
I have about 45,000.
You have 45,000 followers.
Yeah.
I've spoken with some coaches that have hundreds of thousands of followers and they're not
Hmm.
making what you're making right now.
Hmm.
So if you had to give somebody a piece of advice on how to actually grow the business and get started, even with a following like you have, or a large following or a small following, what piece of advice would you give to them on social media? Because you've grown your business while you've been in the coaching program, even
Hmm.
just a little bit more, not taking anything away from what you had prior, but you continuously continue to grow your business, not only on the front end with your followers, but also on the back end. So, what kind of advice would you give to the person that's trying to grow their business?
Just provide value. It's real easy to fall into the trap of like, I'm not making money or it's not going the way that I want, right? But what are we truly here for, right? As a coach, we're here to change people's lives and to provide value. So that's what I really focused on, was like interacting with my followers, figuring out who was following me, and then seeing what they needed, right? Like, I have a product, I have a solution for what you need. Now I'm going to deliver that to you, but in a way that you get it and also feel safe to come to me with your issues, right? So a lot of it's just providing that value, like letting them know, like, I'm your guy. You know what I mean? Like, I know how it is to struggle, man. Like, I've been in your shoes, but
Yes.
I also know how to be on the other end. It's
Yes.
going to take some work. So what I do on my content is I'm straight up, I'm forward. That's the way I had to learn. And I just provide value, and value is going to equal the dollars. And that's the way I think about it, right? So a lot of those guys that have, thousands and hundreds of followers, I think they're maybe not as being, personable in a way, right? Trying to interact with people. And so that was just my thing, man. How could I provide value to somebody today? And as long as I provide one person value, that was a win for me. And
Yeah.
being consistent on your social media, having that content calendar, right? Knowing what to
Yes.
post on every single day, the steps that you go through, that you teach us, just following that system. And as long as you follow that system and hit your pinpoints, it's going to work.
Yes.
It's proven. So,
Yes. And one thing that I feel as if that makes you an expert in what you do is that you're providing value to a specific group of people. You know
mhm,
exactly who you're talking to. You're not providing value for everybody. You're
right.
providing value for your niche marketplace. And you built authority to a specific group of people so that they know when they get on your page, Richard is my guy. You're not trying to please everybody. That's not the
hmm
job here. That's not the goal. You
Yeah.
don't want to please everybody. You're trying to work and call out a specific group of people and let them know that I can help you out. And I think that's one of the biggest things I've seen from people that are just getting started and people that have hundreds of thousands of followers. They're so general. They're
hmm
general.
Yeah.
They're trying to be pleasant to everybody. No, stop it.
Yeah. I've seen that. Yeah. And that was my downfall before, getting with you. Is like, that was me. I was trying to please everybody. And then I was getting, upset whenever I wasn't getting the results.
Yeah.
And it's like, you really dialed me down into that. Like, be focused. I'm the type of person that I'm everywhere. And if I get focused, then I have a plan of attack to go with and allow all my energy to go into that. Right. But
Yes.
that was my biggest downfall, was just trying to talk to everybody, please everybody, and that's just not what it's about. You have to find that specific niche, speak to them just like you said, and then take it from there. Because I was getting the people to be interested, but those weren't my people.
Right.
Those weren't the people that were for the right person for the program as well. And I learned that I might not be the right coach, but also they might not be the right client as well. And that's why we ask those
That
questions, right?
Yeah, because what I found that is that even if a client is interested, but it's not my client, the client that is my ideal target audience, they be they actually become a low quality client
hmm
because that's not the person who I am actually trying to attract. And
Right.
when I was doing this, I enrolled that client because I needed the client. I came from a place of scarcity, right?
hmm
And so once that's out the window and you're coming from this abundant place and you're only talking to the people that you need to be talking to, there's a deep well of people
Yeah.
waiting for you, waiting to hear your message, waiting to hear your motivation, waiting for just for you to show up. That's
hmm
it. And they're
Yeah.
just falling out of the sky for you right now.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. I realized that, like, you don't want every client. I was like, I want everybody. I want to help everybody. But yeah, that's not the case. You're right. They do turn into that low end client, and that's just not what we're looking for right now. So,
Exactly, exactly. And if anybody was on the fence about joining the coaching program and taking the next step, what piece of advice would you give them in regards to moving forward?
It's scary. I get it, but you got to do that. You know what I mean? Like if I was talking to myself a year ago, 2 years ago, I would say, what are you doing? Just go for it. Stop thinking, stop overthinking and what ifs. You know, we all have a bunch of what ifs. Just go for it. The best thing that you can do is invest in yourself. Like
Hmm.
you're your brand, you're your product. You can't go wrong if you make an investment for yourself, you know? And I would just tell those people, go for it, man. Stop thinking about it and just action. Go do it.
And what if they don't? What's the alternative?
The alternative, they're always gonna be wondering, right? It's gonna be that what if game still, right? So what do you want to struggle with? You want to struggle with what if I don't make it? Or do you want that for sure, man, I didn't make it because I didn't take the step? What if I would have taken that step? Where would I have been now? Right? Because this stuff, it does take time. As fast as it does happen, there's gonna be some times where it's slow and you got to be patient, right? So you might as well do it sooner than later. That way you're not dealing with that stuff as well, you know. So those people that don't take the step, I think that's one thing that they definitely, that's their level up, right? The stuff that you don't want to do, you have to do it. And
Yes.
that's where the level you got to get to. And that's the mindset you need, right? You're never going to get nowhere if you're scared of doing it, you know?
Yes. Yes. The fear is the indicator to move forward
Hmm. Yeah.
and take the
Yeah.
next step.
That's my big thing, man. Whatever I'm scared about, I know I have to do it at that point.
Yep, exactly, exactly. Because
Yeah.
there's things in my life. I've gotten a new coach. I'm doing new things with my business, and I'm like, shit, this is a little scary.
Yeah.
Like I'm spending
Oh,
a
I
lot of
know.
money here. Like things are moving, but
Yeah.
I know the benefits of going through the realm of uncertainty. Once you're able to master that place, you can live in it and you will always be secure in the realm of uncertainty because there's no fear there anymore. It's
Right.
the realm of possibility, actually. And you can do anything in the realm of uncertainty slash possibility.
Exactly.
Anything, anything. So
Yeah.
that's a little bit of my inner workings of my thoughts and my
I-
philosophy.
I'm with you, bro. I'm with you on that, man. That's exactly how I think about it. You know what I mean? Like, really, the possibilities are endless. You know,
Yes.
it's really yourself holding you back at that point. You know, so get
Oh,
out of
say
your
say
way.
that
You
again. Say that
know,
again for the people in the back, please.
it's yourself holding you back. You know, once you get out of your way, once you learn how to do that, man, everything just flows. You know what I mean? Stop with that scarcity mindset. Get in that abundant mindset of like, whatever you want, it's yours already. It's just up to you now to take the steps to get there, right? And
Yes.
once you do that, man, you're good.
Yes. Yes.
All
Yes.
blessings.
Man, this is kind of a sidetrack, but I was listening to Joe Dispenza, and he said that if you can achieve things in the quantum field, which is in your imagination, those
Yep.
are the blueprints for you to achieving it in real life as well.
Hmm.
And the imagination, if you can have a vision of it, if you can see yourself doing it, those are the blueprints of you actually manifesting that in real life. You had a vision for yourself that you wanted to hit 20K and beyond and help as many men with their vices overcome them as you possibly could. And you're doing it. I had a
Yeah.
vision of starting a fitness business where I can help coaches do what you're doing right now. And I did it. So if you have a vision, anybody that's listening to it, stay faithful to your vision, stay true to your vision, because it is going to open the door and lead you to your goal and your dream. And life is going to give you hints and they're going to give you symbols that you're going in the right direction. You will always see that life has your back no matter what. So if you see these symbols, move forward. It is a sign. Pay attention to
Hmm.
it. Everything is a sign. You can learn anything and everything once you're aware of what's going on. Everything can be a lesson. So look for the lesson and look for the signs.
100%, man.
Sorry, man. I just went once again,
No,
another
that's exactly that's the stuff that I'm into, right? That's like my mindset right there. You know, I believe God gives you that dream for a reason. That's your preview. You
yeah.
know, you're looking at a preview of what can happen as long as you trust, as long as you go through with it, you know, but you got to do your part too, right?
Yes.
So that's where you got to take the steps, as scary as they are. It's a must. It's
Yes.
needed.
Yes.
Without you taking the steps, none of that will happen. But
Yes.
yeah, your imagination is exactly, that's your reality, right? Like you have to realize that it's in your head for a reason. And as long as you follow through with that, it's already there.
Yes.
Or else you would have never thought about it, So
Exactly. Exactly. That's awesome, man. Well,
yeah.
Richard, I don't want to keep you too long, but man, you're extremely inspiring. For those of you who are listening or watching this, Richard, where can people find you at?
You can go on Instagram, warpath.fit.
Okay. And I'll have it right here at the bottom of the screen as well. Thank you so much, Richard. You're so awesome. And once again, man, keep grinding. I'm so happy for you and also very proud of you, bro.
Thank you,
Excellent
man.
work.
I couldn't thank you enough. I appreciate you.
Thank you, bro. Thank you.
I don't know about you, but after watching that video, I'm hyped. Richard is a perfect example of somebody who takes massive action. And he's also a perfect example of somebody who has a big vision of how he wants to live his life and how he wants his business to be. And if you're anything like Richard and you want to take your business and your life to the next level, book your free 45-minute strategy call with us so that we can help you get there. We only have one job: to shortcut your learning curve so that you can have faster results. That's it for today's video. If you found any value in this video, please be sure to like and subscribe. I will see you in the next one. Peace and approved.